I'm Guthrie Kennard,
And I'm Rick Babb, and we're in...
live in the music room here in Waxahachie, Texas.
Yeah.
Going to IU. Are you ready? She from down south, some say she's a preacher's daughter. She got moved like little Egypt, she's a cool drink of water. She can crawl on her belly like her back ain't got no bone. Do the wild tootsie boogaloo and walk the dog. Ow, ow, ooh, ow. Ow, ow, ooh, ow. She got a name up in lights, a little hurricane. She can back up traffic and stop a freight train. She ride around town in a pink Cadillac. She can blow your top and make the moon howl back. Ow, ow, ooh, ow. Ow, ow, ooh, ow. Stewed tomatoes, cornbread, and butter beans. I come around midnight, ooh, peaches and cream. Back off the midway, she can get on that time. They make a mule kick and a rooster crow. Ow, ow, ooh, ow. Come on, Helen. Oh, well, thank you. Just kind of getting warmed up.
Well, that's one to start off with, huh?
It is. It is.
Well, it's good to have you back in here, Guthrie. It's been quite a few years, I think, since we've done a radio show with you.
I know.
Yeah.
2, 3.
Yeah, I think so. Got to catch up and find out what's been going on with you. So tell us about IU. What was your
motive
behind that? Yeah.
Oh, to get my girlfriend to dress as something skimpy so we could do a little video of her dancing.
Oh, cool. That'll work. It's got a good groove, you know. You are an absolute mess. That's why I love you.
Hey, well, you can go. You look it up on YouTube. It's a little lit video. It's about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's just a little snippet of it.
D. Hill shaking her booty, huh?
Shaking her booty.
All right.
Yeah. I tried to get her to do her long version of it. She said, no, I'm not into it anymore. The honeymoon is over.
The honeymoon's over. Or else you got to write a new song that's going to catch her ear.
Oh, I know.
You have another song you're going to do for us tonight. It's called Country Town. Tell us the motivation behind that one.
Well, this one's a little bit more serious than that other one. That was just a little fun song. Right. Actually, I wrote that, last song, watching kind of like an Elvis Presley movie. Mm-hmm. But I did have her dancing in this little snippet, for fun. This is more like, but it's about East Texas, and it's an old blues man from Louisiana. He's passed on now, Curly Barefoot Miller. there's Robert Healy, Curly Barefoot, Suzu Bolin, and Sam Myers, and all the old blues guys. And I just love listening to their old stories and stuff. So this is kind of back in the day down in East Texas. So this is called Country Town. Hound dogs barking, bullfrogs croaking, the hogs in the porcupine. Six-string shooting, barefoot shoeing on the outskirts of town. Blind lemon moaning by the yellow roads down by the gated track. Once upon a time, the sun couldn't set on a blues man's back. Preacher man preaching, thumbing the word early Sunday morning in church. Congregation, holy roll to save a sinners in the name of the ghost. Gotta be some in the natural down here, whiskey, wine, and gin. Big mama shaking everything she's got, ain't no man has ever seen. Down in a country town, down in a country town. Back in the pines off Highway 80, half a mile down the old mill road. Sure to be holding four of a kind with a gold-tooth sparkle of a smile. Down in dirty Miss Lucy Beth flirting with $1 in her eye. Little Mo says she's the daughter of the devil, a voodoo child in disguise. From the midnight hour to the rooster crow, clothespins out on the line. Scarecrow working wood stove burning in the eagle, you just fly. Down by the river with a mason jar where the old tons of gasoline. May be fishing in the back alley kitchen, neckbone, taters and greens. Down in a country town, down in a country town. Well, thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Mr. Kennard.
Oh,
Here's Randy Treadway.
Mr. Babb,
How about
how are
that?
So everybody's doing good.
We are doing good.
We had to go share the show to about 100 different groups out there on the internet, so
yeah.
that was a good old
So
audience.
they're
for you
all
guys.
looking at you.
Oh my gosh! I hope the screen is just black.
No.
Should I brighten the lights?
No. Well, thank you for coming out on a hot, hot day. My gosh.
Hey, it's a perfect day for it because we're in here in the AC listening to some great music.
Oh, well, thank you. It is a great.
You know, the Barefoot Miller's tie that you talked about to that before, I had to put him in the memorial corner over here, too. He's always been there, but I'll show you after the show how we redid it.
I love Barefoot. What Barefoot would do, it would come and he would sit in with different bands, but that's how he made his money. He'd come up past the tip jar, and then later on go to another club with Cold Blue Steel. We had a band called the Hippie Dogs. He'd come and and I just loved him, and he was just the coolest cat. I mean, he was just a beautiful person. He always would tell everybody he was I'm 90 years old, but he wasn't really that. He was about 80.
And he was Mom Mabley's
That's
brother.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he would always say that, too.
Yeah,
He
and, you
sounded
know,
just like her.
Come to find out, because you have to read between the lines from some of those old blues guys, because they kind of embellish their stories or make them up as they go, kind of like Ramblin' Jack, But he was actually at Pearl Harbor, in the Navy. And
Our side, I hope.
Huh?
Our side, I hope.
Look, the Japanese didn't have too many black guys.
That sounded like Mom's Maybelline.
Yeah. So anyhow, and the reason why, of course, you go, oh yeah, and the story goes that he was down there dancing because he was a street dancer, and they called him Barefoot because he would tap dance with barefooted, and you could hear him from blocks away. That's true.
Wow.
So anyhow, he had a horrible stroke, and to come to find out, they had him over here at the Army Hospital, VA Hospital, and he was in there. Didn't know where he went to, and finally found out where he was. He was in there, and he had a horrible stroke. But we ended up going over there once we found out, and he was well enough, and I barely, could, barely walk. But what he would do, we went over there and played, and the doctors and the nurses, everybody, he was a character. They all loved him.
Yeah.
As horrible as that stroke was, that day we played, he in his wheelchair, he took his, he was barefooted anyhow, was doing his tap dance.
Wow.
And you could hear it echoing down the halls and everywhere.
Oh, wow.
So he gave it 100%. Even and then it was just a blessing.
That was good medicine for him.
When I was
everybody in that hospital, they were wheeling everybody in.
But he was maybe make you feel good if you were around him.
Oh, always.
Because he came up to the guitar show one time in Dallas when I was with Rain Song, and he and James Burton were in there at the same times, and he came up on his walker.
Oh yeah.
And he said, "Let me do a few, let me do a few songs."
Yeah. Oh, he was awesome.
And you had to let him once he hopped in. Everybody. I think Bugs was there that day with us, and it was so much fun. So.
Speaking of songs,
what do we got?
Guthrie has another song called "Across the River." Tell us about that one.
We were starting to talk a bunch, weren't we?
Yes, that's why I cut that right off.
See, she did.
Oh,
we'll have to talk later.
Somebody's got to keep you on line.
We'll
talk
later.
All
good thing. It's all about barefoot.
We'll talk later.
That looks like Marina on the screen back there. Look like her.
No, not back on that screen. That's where the dead people are.
Oh.
She's very much alive.
Unless she was in that picture with Steve Weisberg.
Oh, that could be. That could be.
I love Steve Weisberg.
Yeah,
He played with me.
Great guy.
Steve. Yeah, he was just a tremendous guy. All right, well, Across the River, I guess I do these serious songs now. Across the river, there's this girl used to come see me all the time. Her name was Gina. I don't know, when you pass away, you still keep the same name or not.
That's a good question.
Do you, Rick?
I think you do.
You do?
I think you do.
Gosh, I'm stuck with Guthrie for eternity. So
Everybody will know you.
I hope in a good way. It's like Ray said, they tickle me, Ray Wiley, because I hope you can get into heaven like on a C-. I never did well in school, so it might be a D minor.
A D minor? Uh-oh. Translated that.
So she would come see me, and she kind of looked like Elvira, this lady. When we became friends, every Sunday she'd drive in from Abilene when I'd play at Fred's, or every other Sunday. And I don't know, I was sitting down, she sent it up. She loved Bob Dylan. I happened to do a Bob Dylan song that day, which I don't do too many people's songs, especially Dylan's, because his words are so long. I can't remember. Anyhow, we became friends. And then as she opened up, every week she'd come in there, she goes, "I'm going to kill myself." I went, okay. That's, how you going to do that, Gina? I want to lay down on the railroad track, let a train run over me. And I went, that would kind of hurt. I said, number one, that's going to be a pretty bad day for that engineer driving that train to run you over. Well, I really never thought about it like that. She was that depressed, So next week I go, how you feeling? You know, blah, blah, blah. She goes, I said, you still having these suicidal tendencies or thoughts? She goes, yeah, the last time I saw her, I said, yeah, I went down laid on a train track for 2 hours. Train never did come. I said, well, what happened was the police came and got her. And she said, you know, I said, thank God for that. My goodness. So anyhow, that's the last time I saw her. That's Bill Sibling up on the screen there. And so I never did see her again. But the last thing she said to me as she was leaving to go and blah, 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 I just loved her to pieces. You know, I knew her for about 2 years. I hope to think I helped her keep herself alive for an extra couple of years. And anyhow, I said, well, the last time she said something to me. Well, one time she said something to me. I go, look, before you do that, can I get a back rub? And it just had she was crying and all serious. And, you know, after an hour of listening to her, I just kind of broke the ice. And can I get a back rub before you go do that? And she just started laughing. You know? Well, that's probably pretty much the last time I saw her. And then she said, every time you hear a train whistle blow, think of me. Oh, doggone. And, you know, come to find out a couple of weeks later, she had, you know, committed suicide, but not by getting hit by a train. Thank goodness. So anyhow, that night I was watching my friend's house and out there in Roanoke, and it was kind of really haunting, and here comes this train whistle, and she's gone now. And so I'm going, oh gosh, Gina, leave me alone. you know. So I ended up writing this song. It's called Across the River, Hallelujah. And also, like, Jim Rainey, he's listening in. And we grew up on the river up in Richmond, so it seemed like every time we'd go across the river, we were going to a funeral. So it's a song's about kind of that, and no matter what your day is, at the end of the day, you end up just praising the Lord. Amen. Don't cry, Rick. This is a new song, too, on a new record. Also, Bonnie Bishop is singing this with me. Pick me up in the morning, take me for a ride on the road outside of Richmond, cross the river to the other side. Don't say much anymore, talk politics or religion. Forgotten more than I remember, ain't a preacher or holy roller, but I sing hallelujah. Got trunk to South Carolina in an old whorehouse. And went away just to sin between the devil and the Holy Ghost. Took a bus from the desert to the eastern shore, crossing this channel wearing boots with a Spanish toe. And I sing hallelujah. from the mountain on the Macon County road. Think of her every time I hear the train whistle blow. Like a cigarette, a gabble on the reservation, had a long distance conversation with Charlie White Buffalo. And I sing hallelujah, hallelujah. So pick me up in the morning, take me for a ride on the road outside of Richmond, cross the river to the other side. And I sing hallelujah, hallelujah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. These strings are old on here. It's real old.
Guthrie, when I first was introduced to you, I think it was from Marina, wasn't it?
I think so.
I think she introduced us to each other. And I remember you coming down that day and us chatting for a long time, sitting back in the back of the room. And one of the things that I've always liked about you is the simplicity of your music, and yet you sell it with the depth of your spirit and your soul, you know. And even a song like we were talking about, Catfish Fishing, the next song, it's one of my favorite songs of yours. And it's because I think anybody that's ever been out there with the pole in his hand can kind of identify. But that's not all the song's about.
No, it's not. No.
So tell us your inspiration behind Catfish Fishing.
Well, it's about.
And stay away from that microphone.
I'm trying to. I like getting up close to them. That's what I got too close and go. I forgot that word calculating. I forgot the word calculating because I'm thinking about getting too close and I messed that up.
Just stay above it and you're okay. See, that's the key to these mics.
I'm so fat. I'm used to sitting lower.
You want me to get you a pillow or put you on the floor?
No. I was going like this, you know. I'm going, ooh.
It's good though you're not playing an ovation.
Oh, I know.
You're chasing it around the room.
Those things would just roll right off you. You can weigh 100 pounds and still roll off you. Catfish is a song. When I was a kid, we'd go fishing down the river all the time. And so there's an old gentleman down there fishing. And he was, I had parents. So, even though, there's like 10 of us in the house. And so, if you didn't get to the dinner table quick, it wasn't going to be anything left. But there was one old guy down there fishing, and he had to fish. If he didn't fish that day, he wasn't eating that night or the next day. So he really, was fishing for his dinner. Here's Steve up there. Sorry, I'm seeing all these faces on the
Squirrel.
screen. I know.
You were on there while you were singing.
Well, I'm glad I'm not on the dead one.
We are too.
We have to rename that. Instead of the memorial corner, it's now the dead corner.
I know.
Let's get simple. I said you were getting simplistic music. You get right to it.
Oh, well, I know. It's like a deal where the other day I really passed out at Fred's. I walked in, a truck walked in, just kind of blacked out, because I got so hot. And I was really thankful to Thor because he kind of caught me and set me down, and so I could kind of gather where I was and everything. Mm-hmm. Anyhow, I forgot what I was going to say.
Catfish fishing.
Catfish fishing. So it was a deal where, basically, if you don't go fishing that day, well, for whatever reason, it might be your dinner, it might be, spiritually or anything. And if you don't go looking for it, you know,
It's gonna be
it
empty.
ain't gonna be there.
Yep.
So anyhow, is that 4 songs already?
It is.
Will be after this.
Oh,
They're keeping track.
oh, you are. 3 days of rain, mud between my toes. First day of sun, I couldn't knee a cane pole. I'm going catfish fishing. I'm going catfish fishing. Catfish, I'm fishing. Catfish, fish, fishing. Lily Mae's in the kitchen, making something out of nothing. Snapping beans and fixing. Why she keeps her whiskey hidden. I'm going catfish fishing. I'm going catfish fishing. Catfish, I'm fishing. Catfish, fish, fishing. Stink bait on my hook. I ain't had no luck. Way down there in the bottom, where the river is up. I'm going catfish fishing. I'm going catfish fishing. Catfish, I'm fishing. Catfish, fish, fishing, alright. That's the rest of us is doing. Thank
Yeah.
I forgot to tell everybody you were a show off.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. These strings are.
But most of them know you already. So.
I know. I was trying to. The strings are real. I should have changed strings, and I used this guitar with an amplifier.
So we're gonna. Greg Whitfield taught us something one night in here when there were song swaps going on, and that's that sometimes you have to change stations. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to change stations. We're going to go over to Rick Babb, and Rick's got an old friend who I'm so tickled is here tonight. I really didn't know you were coming, and it just makes it even more special. So,
Well, I called Guthrie today because we lost a good friend, Barbara Taylor, passed this week, and I was in Fort Worth, and so I called him, and he said he was coming over. And
oh yeah,
I got nothing to do. I'll come out. And he said,
Yeah.
no, bring your guitar.
yeah,
That's
we
okay.
got to. Anyway,
Yeah.
you guys give Rick Babb a hand too.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you for coming, Rick.
You've got a song called "The God Station." I'm interested in that.
It's I'll tell you the story. When I was growing up, on Sundays, rather than go to church, my mother would pack us all in the car, and we'd go over to my Aunt Dot's house. And my mom didn't smoke, but she liked to smell cigarettes in the morning. My dad was a smoker, and so her and my Aunt Dot would sit in the kitchen and drink coffee, and my Aunt Dot would smoke cigarettes, and they would talk about all things that went on that week. But the TV was on Oral Roberts in the living room, and if it was raining outside, that's where all the kids had to stay in the house. So we would be in there, and we'd be waiting for just when it sounded like they weren't listening, and we would sneak over and turn the TV off of the station there. And about that time, my Aunt Dot would go, "Put it back on the Jesus channel." Because there was only, you only had 3 channels
Right.
on the TV. And so,
Is that you?
no, I don't think so. You're the one that moved.
It's the seat.
It's the Jesus channel.
Hey, Reno, hit number 2.
Huh?
Oh, you're just going to mute your guitar.
Okay.
So years later, that song came out. I was thinking about all the stations that are on now, as far as religious stations and preachers and stuff. And so this little song just kind of slipped out. You got a station on my new record called Casa View. The sound man checks the microphone, and the singer sings his gospel song. They're spreading the love on the airwaves, spreading the word that Jesus saved. 50,000 watts of prayer power, broadcasting 24 hours a day. Quiet on the set, preacher's preaching, and he wants you to hear what he has to say. The God Station. Oh, the God Station. Now the preacher's wife does an interview. She sells some tapes and CDs too. And the band wants to play some rock and roll. But the preacher says, take it slow. 50,000 watts of prayer power, broadcasting 24 hours a day. Quiet on the set, preacher's preaching, and he wants you to hear what he has to say. The God Station. Oh, the God Station. Well, the cards and letters keep coming in. People worried about eternal sin. But you gotta pay the band and the rent and due. So the preacher asks for a little money too. 50,000 watts of prayer power, broadcasting 24 hours a day. Quiet on the set, preacher's preaching, and he wants you to hear what he has to say. The God Station. Oh, the God Station. The God Station. Thanks.
Your aunt would be very proud of you.
That was my Aunt Dot. I loved her a lot.
No. You have another song called Mila and the Landlord. Is this a
Boy, that song.
true story?
It kind of. No, it's not really. It's not a true story at all. I can't lie about that. But it goes back. I used to be a landlord in Arlington, Texas, and I got run out of town just about because one winter there were some folks came from Montana to sell Christmas trees in Arlington. They knew some people there, and they brought them all down from Montana. And my little hippie pad had 3 little houses behind it, and so I would rent these houses out as somebody would move in, and they'd move out, and so it'd take me 4 months to fix it back up because they tore everything up. Anyway, so I had a little house, and I rented it to them, but the one thing I didn't know was that they were nudists. And man, but it was wintertime. Good, so they only went naked in the house, but they had to get the gas turned on because of the heat. So the man came knocking at my door, and he said, "Sir, I can't turn that gas on back there." And I was like, "Oh man, I didn't pass inspection. What? Oh no!" I said, "Well, what?" And he says, "Them people don't have no clothes on." So anyway, so I was a landlord and for a couple years, and with lots of experiences like that. But years later, when I moved to Nashville, I met a girl at a hootenanny, and her name was Mila, and it was such a pretty name, Mila, that I had to go home and I wrote a song and I made it up, and it's called Mila and the Landlord.
Was she naked?
She was not. I never saw her naked. She was an aspiring. Everybody was an aspiring something in Nashville then, and she went on to get a record contract and
Cool.
and sang. So anyway, a little song called Mila and the Landlord. My ceiling is her floor. I'm a good landlord. I never complain. She dances late at night. It's shaking all my lights. It's stopping traffic on Main. Beats all I ever seen. She's in a magazine and I'm in a predicament with my tenant. Oh my love, what you doing tonight? Don't you wanna fall in love with me? I've got nothing but a heart that cries for my love, my love. Oh my love, my love. I'm not the snoopy kind. She pays her rent on time, so I just leave it at that. One time she went to France, and I watered all her plants. I even fed her mean cat. She came back with a tan. She even hugged me, and I thought there might be some hope. Nope. My love, what you doing tonight? Don't you wanna fall in love with me? I've got nothing but a heart that cries for my love, my love. I'm here just waiting for you. My easy chair has room for two. She told me with a tear she's moving out of here. She got a job in LA. I said I'd fix the pipes, that broken porch light. Oh, if only you'll stay. I got down on my knees. I'm begged her, darling, please. She said she loved me as a friend. Damn, my love, what you doing tonight? Don't you wanna fall in love with me? I got nothing but a heart that cries for my love, my love. Oh, my love, my love. My ceiling is her floor. I'm a good landlord. I never complain. Thank you. Thank you. Not a true story.
So tell us about Casa View.
Well, Casa View is where I live at. I'll tell you that. I don't want to tell you too much. I'll give away the song.
Okay.
But I will tell you this. When my parents both died. My dad died when he was 67. My mother passed when she was 72. But I had 2 brothers and a sister, and my mom told me on her deathbed, and she was laying there, and she had been real delirious for about 3 or 4 days in delirium, and she would say the most funniest things. She never was a jokester, but when she was in the hospital about to pass, she said some of the funniest. She said, "Look at the tits on that woman." Mother? But anyway, one night, my brother and I were sitting there. My brother was reading, and she kind of motioned for me to, and so I kind of got over real close to her, and she started telling me this story about how she went to California with her sister, and they got out there and they ran out of money, and they had to hitchhike back. And in Albuquerque, they got picked up by some bikers or men on motorcycles, who took them up to the mountains and to their cabin. And her sister was older, and she had already had sex. My mother was a virgin, and I'm kind of getting personal here, but this is the story. And she said that she was raped that night, and she got pregnant. And when she got back to Tulsa, in a couple months, she found out she was pregnant, and she told my dad, who's not really my father, that she was pregnant, and he married her. They got married. And so that's
Wow.
kind of the story. I never knew it. No one ever told me. And then I asked some of my other relatives later on, my uncle, who was my mom's brother, and he said, yes, that's true. And he started crying. He said, how did you find it? He said, she told me. So I did write a song about it then. That's been a long time ago. 2003 is when she passed, and but it finally came out. It's called Casa de Casa. In 1969, with his family by his side, drove south to a Texas town where they could not be found. Lord knows they're lost on the highway. Big D was mighty big for the wife and the little kids. That back seat, it was my driveway. It's a tiny speck on a Texas map, Casa de Casa, where the secrets get buried in the little backyard, and the boys wanna drive them real fast cars. Daddy won't talk about the family scars and the love child. They found a house and they moved right in. No one knew but the next of kin. Yeah, the kids, they grew up fast, never wondered about the past. Back then life was good. Sunday dinner was always there, cars parked everywhere. Not much has changed in my neighborhood. It's a tiny speck on a Texas map, Casa de Casa, where the secrets get buried in the little backyards, and the boys wanna drive them real fast cars. Daddy won't talk about the family scars and the love child. It's pretty strange, I'm sitting here writing words that disappear. All the years they crumble on, there ain't much meat left on the bone, but it's all that I have. much meat left on the bone, but it's all that I have. It's that tiny speck on a Texas map, Casa View, where the kids still play in the little backyards. The teenagers wanna be movie stars. Sirens wail and the dogs still bark in Casa View. Casa View, Casa View. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, your
Most
mama
of them.
got a wonderful son, and you got a wonderful song, so it's all good.
Yeah. If you ever need to talk, Rick, just call me.
There's a lot there.
The next song that you have is called The Lie.
You know, sometimes bad things happen to people, and you don't know how they're going to kind of turn out. But something bad happens to this person, it means something good happens to this person, because my wife got a divorce and she married me.
Hey,
She
there
found
you
me.
go.
And so something bad happened to her, something good happened to me. And after we met, and she told me the story of why she got divorced, and pretty soon it was a song. Sorry, honey. It's called The Lie. I sat alone at the bar and stared at my scars in the mirror. One or two were from you, but the rest were my own bad decisions. It was a lie. Oh, it was a lie. Now I can't drown the fact, I can't double back from the lie. There was a battle cry from the other side of the kitchen. Broken plates on the floor, she said no more will be forgiven. It was a lie. Oh, it was a lie. Her words were like knives, no way to deny the lie. All the times I work late, but I was out on a date with the devil. Lipstick and high heel, Lord, she made me feel like I was special. It was a lie. Oh, it was a lie. It was told with such skill. It was a poison pill. It was a lie. It was a lie. Oh, it was a lie. I sat alone at the bar and stared at my scars in the mirror. Thanks.
Very nice, Rick. It's so good to hear from you again, too.
Oh, thanks for letting
It's
me
been
come.
way too long.
I know.
It's been over 3 years since we were.
Golly, yeah? Oh, wow.
He's got a new record coming out.
Oh, yeah?
I,
Awesome.
Arlo Deering. And,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and so it's-
yeah.
I've heard a little. I heard it. It's great.
Thanks.
Cool. Tell us
Oh.
about The Sign and do that song, Rick.
Great idea, Rick.
Oh, wonderful. Pulled off my
Guthrie,
tickle.
you're a mess.
I am. I'm not.
You are just a
I'm
mess.
not here today at all. You know,
We love you anyway.
There's people on every corner in Dallas. So anytime you stop at an intersection, there's somebody there. And I used to deliver instruments, so I was out and about all the time, and so I saw all of them, and just about. And one day, this guy had a little sign that was just kind of struck me as very unusual, and I wrote a little song about it. It's called "The Sign." There once was a stranger, and on the corner he stood. And the cars drove right past him as fast as they could. But that light turned red on me, so his sign I had to read. It said, I back my mom, I back the blues, I back the good Lord when he needs me to. So I rolled down my window, and he looked me in the eye. He said, man, I sure am hungry, and I'd sure be obliged. So I dug right down in my jeans for $15 and some jelly beans. 'Cause I backed my mom, I backed the blue, I backed the good Lord when he needs me to. As I drove off, I wondered what was his name. You know, he's probably a veteran with tattoos of pain, but that sign keeps haunting me, 'cause that's just what I believe. 'Cause I back my mom, I back the blue, I back the good Lord when he needs me to. Thank you.
Thank you for that. I tell you what, it never fails. I always get that red light with the person with the sign, and I just like act like I don't see him. It's like la 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 la, and I know that's bad, but you know, it makes you. A lot of these people look very well fed, and they have pretty nice clothes on, so it makes
You
you
can always
wonder.
tell by the tennis shoes.
Is it the tennis shoes?
More.
Yeah. So.
See.
Well, hey,
Since I made
David.
a special trip. Hello, Helen. I brought them all.
Welcome to In the Music Room. You look like a suicide bomber.
Hey, if you're gonna get in the picture, man, you got.
That's funny, Helen.
So tell us about Steel and Wood, Guth.
Well, speaking of dead, it's about a bunch of old dead guys, like Howlin' Wolf and Willie Dixon, Robert Johnson, Sunhouse, and all that stuff. And when I was I used to play bass for a lot of old blues guys. And I said, hey, boy, play your own blues. So I said, you're right. So I ended up writing songs about old blues guys. I try to sing like old blues guys. I just write about them. Because they were my textbooks anyhow on music. I'll make sure I'm in tune here. And so down in the Delta, out on Highway 61, you can hear the wolf howling, calling out for his darling, shaking steel, stealing wood, shaking, stealing wood. Walking up a dirt road, lit by the moon. 6 black rolls sitting on the fence, what the devil knows, shaking steel, stealing wood, shaking, stealing wood. Dressed for a Sunday in a button-down shirt, preaching blues in a kind of suit with a shine on his shoes, shaking steel, stealing wood. Shaking, stealing wood. Shaking, stealing wood. All right, David. Now on the 7th day he was born, well good luck. Muddy water running through his blood, suitcase and a riding thumb, shaking steel, stealing wood, shaking, stealing wood. Oh, dance, sing with me, my Bertha Lee. Clap your hands, stomp your feet, rattle your tambourine. Shaking steel, stealing wood, shaking, stealing wood. Terrebonne, Mississippi, on the 1st of July. Water Memphis from the county farm, took the freight to Illinois, shaking steel, stealing, shaking, stealing, shaking, stealing. Oh, well, thank you. Sorry, a little out of tune on that, but I couldn't stop in the middle of it.
And we thought we were just getting Guthrie Kennard
I
tonight.
know. You know, Guthrie's kind of
did the
like you in that he just like starts pulling people in and just it's a band by the end of the night.
Well, that's the first part of the show.
Yes, it is.
No, hey guys, really thanks, and thanks for David. It's been 24 hours since I've seen you. Hadn't it?
Yeah, 24 hours, Phil.
Yeah. No, we were together yesterday. We got to spend a little time together yesterday. Rick Babb, man,
Thank you. Thank you for
great
having me.
seeing you.
Thank you.
Great seeing you. Give Paul our love, and
I'll see her soon.
I bet you will. Guthrie, as always,
Well, sweet. Thank you.
you know what? You know we love you, and every time that Guthrie plays here, this is only, I guess, the second radio show you've ever done with us, but you've played a number of live shows, and they've all been different because this man attracts great artists. Look on stage to prove it to you right now.
That's right.
But every time he comes in here, it doesn't matter whether it's a great pianist like Julie Bonk or, you know, somebody, this great-looking redhead that he drags in here from
Yes.
Fort Worth, you know, and Marion.
Marion
You
Brackney.
know, Marion just looked so beautiful when she came in here, and I mean, she was redheaded that night.
Oh, yeah. She's
Yeah.
doing great. She's down in Wimberley now.
Well, I know one thing. She was amazing, and we've got the recordings to prove it. So
She
Yes.
is. And she's an awesome young lady. I just love that girl.
So, for all of you that are watching on Facebook Land and on YouTube, you can always find Guthrie and the other artists that you see on the stage at www.inthemusicroom.com. We appreciate you tuning in and supporting original music and artists. I want to thank everybody for being with us this evening, especially this wonderful studio audience that we got in here on a Tuesday night. Also, want to thank our photographers, Gene and Barbara Moore and Bruce Davis. Back in our booth back there, we had Reno Treadway and Gabby.
Reno.
She's back this evening, and Randy too, yes. And just wanted to tell y'all how much we appreciate you being here for us and for the artists. It wouldn't be the same without you, so keep tuning in. You are in the music room.